What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? How you doing? Yesterday, you did not hear from me because it was Monday. Monday, I put out the new issue of MMT Trader. If you want that issue, go to my website, pitbulleconomics.com. Sign up for a 30-day free trial of MMT Trader. So a lot going on. We had a little pullback in the dollar, and most likely the top is in, or the top is being put in as we speak. It's a process. I will repeat that bear market rallies are vicious. They end up squeezing everybody out. You have to have experience to understand what they're all about. And if you're in it, even with experience, you have to have well-established mental game. That means resilience, the ability to ride through it, all right? You don't run from it, you ride through it. Corrections in a bull market and bear market rallies in a bear market provide opportunity, all right? They give you opportunities to add to your position at very low risk levels, okay? When everybody in a bear market, when everybody is selling when it's going down, they end up selling into the hole and they get trapped, and vice versa. In a bull market, when everybody's buying as it's going up, they end up buying at the top. Remember, we talked about fashionistas back when the stock market was rallying every single day. I was doing a lot of videos about the fashionistas at that time. The fashionistas are people who follow the market because it becomes fashionable, regardless of which direction. If it's going up and they're jumping in and they're buying, I had subscribers telling me they couldn't take it anymore because they were going to work, or their spouses were going to work, and they were feeling so down and dejected because everybody was, celebrating their wins in the market. Look, folks, if you allow yourself to be controlled or moved by what other people are doing, that is weak. That is weak. You cannot find success. For that matter, you cannot find happiness, period. You cannot live your life following what other people do. I mean, what is that? But sadly, I would say most people, that's how they live their lives. So what happens is they chase after what everybody else wants. It becomes fad. It becomes fashionable. They get caught up, and then they say to themselves, how come I keep losing as an investor? Well, it's pretty obvious. All right? You are not an independent thinker. You have no control over your emotions. You seek happiness or validation externally. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. Happiness comes from within you. It does not come externally. Validation comes from inside you. It does not come externally. It has nothing to do with the job you're in. It has nothing to do with the relationship you're in. It has nothing to do with where you live or where you might want to move to. It's all the same. If you cannot find that internally, if you don't have that inside of you, if you have not found that yet, then you're on a path to lifelong unhappiness and failure and lack of satisfaction. Just lack, period. You are living a life of lack. I do not have that. And many of the people who follow me do not have that. And also, I should add, many of them have recently come to that understanding. All right? It's been like an epiphany in their lives. How do I know? Because I get emails every single day from people who tell me, Mike, what I have learned from you, in addition to the economics and the understanding of the monetary system and the markets, I mean, beyond that, just what I have learned from you in terms of life lessons is, you can't put a number on that, okay? It's priceless. All right, so let's talk. Now, a few weeks ago, some of you may recall, maybe it was about a month ago, I don't remember, but I said, and I pointed out at the time, and remember, I have been long the oil market since about $27, $28. That's going back to January 2016. If you don't believe me, you can go on Real Money at thestreet.com. And if you do a Google search for my name, Mike Norman Oil, you'll see the articles I wrote on oil going back to January. Now, I was mocked. I was criticized. I was laughed at. Ha, ha, ha. Oil's going to 10. It's going to single digits. I called the bottom on that. And basically, we and people who follow me and my subscribers have been riding oil on the long side since 26, 27, $30 a barrel all the way up. Now, and we made some incredible investments and gains in stocks like Valero and Phillips 66, which those stocks basically have doubled, okay? Now, a couple of weeks ago, I pointed out to you that China said, that's it. That is it. They are no longer, or they're cutting back crude imports from Saudi Arabia, and they cited the high price as the reason. Now, I've been telling you, all markets are about price setting, okay? It's about price, not quantity. It's not about, that's what it is. Somebody sets the price. It could be a monopolist in the case of price setting with interest rates with the Federal Reserve or the government. It could be a monopolist like Saudi Arabia or a cartel like OPEC, okay? Somebody sets the price. And it can also be a very, very large consumer. I gave you the example of Walmart. Walmart sets the price that it will pay to its suppliers. The suppliers are like, they're dying to sell to Walmart, but Walmart sets the price. And now you have in the oil market the largest importer in the world, which is China, basically as price setter. And it said it is not paying anymore. It is pulling back from Saudi Arabia imports. And I said that probably marked the top. Maybe not for the long term, but right now. And sure enough, I mean, oil hasn't really done much since I made that call, we were up around $71 a barrel. We had a couple of brief spikes in WTI over 72, but those have not lasted. They have not held those gains. And now we're actually starting to hear the Saudis talk about, well, don't worry, everybody, there's going to be plenty of oil, which means that's code for they're going to start lowering prices. So nobody had this, okay? Goldman didn't have it. In fact, Goldman right now is saying don't bet against oil. They were totally quiet. They were totally silent. You didn't hear a peep from Goldman all the time, all the while that oil was going up. And now they're saying, hey, you better not bet against it. Well, guess what? So we took profits mostly, or at least we cut our position in Phillips. We cut our position in Valero. You're going to get a pullback in those things, okay? As far as the stock market, I've been saying that we're going to be going sideways for a long time. This is very equivalent to the 1970s market where you had interest rates going up, but at the same time you have growth, but you have inflation. So the market has to come back down to valuation levels. In other words, it has to discount all this negative stuff that's going on. What is the negative stuff? I just mentioned it. It has to discount higher interest rates. It has to discount higher inflation. Ultimately, the market will chop around here for some length of time, I will tell you, and then you'll get another great opportunity where it'll take off. But as this is going on, as this churning and twisting is going on, my people are buying stocks every time. Good companies when they dip lower. Okay, we know where to buy them. We get in. I just put out a recommendation the other day. By the way, something I've been talking about now for a couple of months, several months, is this bank deregulation, which basically was just passed this evening. The Senate passed it back in March, but then it's been sitting in the House of Representatives, but they voted on it. It has been passed. This is a major, I cannot overemphasize fundamental development. If you want to know what it's all about, you're going to have to sign up for a 30-day free trial of MMT Trader. But today I sent out a list on about 25 bank stocks that I think are going to be affected by this. Very, very important, this deregulation bill that was just passed. Extremely important. I cannot overemphasize this. We'll come back to this video in 6 months or a year from now, and we'll talk about how, or I'll talk about how I pointed this out. All right? as with everything else. Interest rates are going to keep going up, folks. I called it. Remember, broke the line. I told you it was going to break the line. I mean, I've been saying that, all you clowns with your charts and your lines, drawing your stupid, silly lines, thinking that that's what dictates fundamental conditions. Do you realize what you think? I had people on here posting comments saying that the charts tell me what the conditions are going to be. Okay, buddy. Okay. I guess you believe in, I don't know, tea leaves and tarot cards too. So you guys are all scribbling on these pieces of paper, on these charts, or maybe you're fancy on some screen, drawing lines, thinking that that dictates fundamental conditions of the economy here, globally, everything, that it dictates policy. You think you got the policymakers sitting up there drawing lines on charts? I mean, it's funny. But I thank you all. You know why? Because you hand me your money. And it's a pleasure to take it, is all I have to say. All right, everybody. I'm back in action. Back on the screen. Back here at this setup for now. Have a great evening. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.